Hello everyone, I will continue the derivations and in that derivation how to that means to find out that H value pressure differential that value by the three cases. First case, when the manometric fluid is heavy, pipe fluid is light, that equation we have seen. When the in the second case the pipe is horizontal. In the second case also pipe is horizontal, means potential head is same. And then in the second case that pipe fluid is heavy, then manometric fluid is light. In the third case here, when this pipe is not horizontal, it is inclined, making some angle with the horizontal. It is making some angle with the horizontal theta here. Then how to find out, that means what the value of the H in the formula, that means what, that is Q is equal to A1 A2 under square root of 2GH divided by under square root of E1 square minus A2 square. This is a venturimeter, that theoretical flow, that formula here. Here, what is this one now? Potential head is existing. Here is what here now? Z1 is not equal to Z2. If the Z1 is not equal to Z2, in that cases we cannot use the formulae that are in the case 1 and case 2, because potential head is existing. Why? Because what is this equation we have derived, when then we took the potential head is same at section 1 and section 2. Section 1 is at pipe inlet and section 2 is at throttle. But we are not derived that equation when the pipe is inclined, some angle it is making here. So now in this condition, pipe is not horizontal, it is made some angle here. Means the potential head at section 1 and at section 2, potential head is there, it is not same. Somewhat it has value, potential head has value. We have to consider that the potential head when we are calculating the H value here, in this H value here. The simple way is there, just we have to apply first Bernoulli's equation for section 1 and section 2 here. So for section 1, the Bernoulli's equation, as you know, this one, P1 square divided by 2G plus P1 divided by rho G plus Z1 is equal to P2 square divided by 2G plus it is P2 divided by rho G plus it is Z2 here. Right? So now I will make this one now pressure differential head. This is H. H where it is there, I will make that H here now. That is P2 minus P1 here now. So that is, I will make it this one now, P2 minus this P1 divided by rho G. Means this P1 by rho G, I will take that side. It will become this term. This term is nothing but this is H. This is H here now. This is H. Then other terms you take in this side here. What is left other terms here now? P1 square divided by 2G. This P2 square, if I take this side, minus P2 square divided by, that is 2G. And already the plus Z1 minus Z2 here. Means when the pipe is inclined, we cannot find this differential head only in terms of density over specific gravity. Only by the property of the fluid. Density and specific gravity are the property of the fluid. By the property of the fluid, we cannot find it. When the pipe is somewhat it is inclined here now, then we have to apply this equation. So because why? Because potential head is existing here. This is equal to, that is this total equation, that is H is equal to, I will make it simplify, P1 square minus P2 square divided by 2G plus it is Z1 minus Z2 is there. This is equal to we can write, then the if the manometric fluid is heavy, then we can write X here now. X in the bracket, that is a specific gravity of the heavier, that means what, the fluid, divided by specific gravity of the light fluid here now, minus 1 here. When the manometric, it is nothing but it is a case 1 of horizontal, but it is not inclined here. These two equation we can equate. When that pipe fluid is heavy, this S of heavy will comes, that means what, this side here now, S of heavy by S of light, it will comes this side here in this case. So therefore, the very important thing, this is X value. This is X value in the differential, difference in the level of the mercury here, manometric fluid. So now these are the three cases when we are solving the numericals. These are very, very important. We have to see in that numerical whether the pipe is horizontal or a vertical first. If it is horizontal, we can find out this H value by, that means what, only that equations, whether it's a pipe fluid is heavy or a manometric fluid is heavy, we can apply it. But if the pipe is inclined, then we have to equate these two equations here now, because potential head is existing. So therefore, so this is the how we are solving the numericals and finding this H value. So next, in this venturimeter, another one important the topic will comes here. That is called as the CD. CD is nothing but it is the coefficient of discharge. What it indicates here now? What it indicates? Very important this parameter here. For each discharge measuring equipments, the value of the CD is very, very important. And this CD is there. This coefficient of discharge CD is there. Always it is less than 1. It doesn't have a value more than 1. Not at all possible here. How? So therefore, what you mean by this here now? Coefficient of discharge is equal to a simple formula. It is a ratio of actual discharge divided by the theoretical discharge here. Very important this formula here. So this the coefficient of discharge is there. It is varying between usually 0 to 1 here now. It should not be greater than 1 here. So next here, in this coefficient of discharge, if I want to find the actual discharge in case of the venturimeter, for venturimeter, we know the theoretical discharge formula. So if we want to find out that actual discharge formula, Q of that actual is equal to CD here, coefficient of discharge, into what? Into Q of that theoretical. So there Q of theoretical equation is what for the venturimeter? This is A1 into A2 under square root of 2GH divided by the A1 square minus it is A2 square here. This is Q actual here. So sometimes in the numericals or in the derivations, if they are asked to derive the formula for the actual discharge, the up to theoretical discharge you are deriving, then into that CD, coefficient of discharge has to multiply. So now you tell me, if the less than 1, if this quantity is less than 1 here now, if I multiply this less than quantity is multiplied with this total this quantity here, theoretical discharge, this is the theoretical discharge, then actual discharge will becomes less here. So therefore always Q of actual is always less than the Q of theoretical here. So therefore CD is always less than 1. Actual discharge when that fluid is flowing in a pipe is always less than the theoretical discharge, what we are calculating by the formulae for the geometrical parameters like A1, A2, cross-sectional areas here now. Why? The question comes here now. Why? The question is, answer for this one is, there are many losses are there in the pipe network. In the next modules you are going to study that losses. Two variety of the losses are coming, major loss and minor loss. When the fluid is flowing in a pipe, there will be the friction between the layers of the fluid. As you know, viscosity, it is the opposite force for the flow of the fluid, and there will be the friction between the inner surface of the pipe and fluid layers. So therefore, always there will be the loss when the fluid is moving in a pipe, when that fluid is moving in an open channel also here. So therefore, this coefficient of discharge, if you multiply less than one value, definitely actual discharge will be less than the theoretical discharge. That's why in this ratio, if the actual discharge is Q actual is here is less than the Q theoretical, always it will comes less than 1 here. So it is very important thing that finding that actual discharge. So the numericals on this venturimeter, when it is horizontal, sometimes vertical also, sometimes vertical, horizontal, and some inclined here now. When the pipe fluid is heavy, when the manometric fluid is heavy, in such a that variety of the numericals. But only then in the numericals, substitution is very important. To solve these numericals, also we are using the continuity equation, that is Q is equal to A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Here this one continuously we are using this continuity equation as we have derived already here. So therefore, take care of that the units when you are solving the numericals here now. This is a derivation for the venturimeter and actual discharge and how to take the H values and all. So we will two applications now we have completed here. One is a pitot tube and the other one is venturimeter. Third, that orifice meter we will see in the next video. Thank you very much.